This morning at the Arnold Arboretum in Jamaica Plain, there was a commencement ceremony for a new generation of plants. Following the head start in the nursery, they're headed to new permanent locations and ready to educate visitors about climate change and threats to biodiversity. The Arboretum has increasingly become a refuge for endangered plant life.
Well, being part of the horticulture team, you really get to see the human connection with plants and how it really uplifts their spirit to have this wonderful green space to come to and to enjoy in the middle of a city. And these little plants that are coming from the nursery up into the landscape are just the first step to kind of continually advance and renew our landscape.
One of the reasons we want to preserve plants is simply the air we breathe. All of the air we breathe comes from plants. All of the food that we eat comes from plants. So it's intrinsically important that we protect them in nature. And when we bring them here to the Arboretum, we can study them further and understand how they tick, how they grow, how they survive, and also be inspired by them.
We grow plants from around the world and plant them in a public park. These plants are accessible to the residents of Boston, many whom grow up in an urban environment and don't have access to nature. And this is a man-made park where trees are accessible and represent many countries from around the world.
The organisms around us are going extinct, and unless we turn this around, unless we start to think hard about how our footprint impacts everything around us, we as a species are ultimately doomed, as well as the other species that we're causing to go extinct. So at the Arnold Arboretum, we do conservation, we do education, and we are trying to make sure that the next generation of young people who are growing up understand their responsibilities to the planet and to their fellow species.